These are not your average chocolate chip cookies. Try to make them just once, and I promise you, these will be your most baked chocolate chip cookie ever. If you're a fan of orange flavor, that is. For these cookies, we need plain flour, granulated sugar, salt, and light muscovado sugar, baking powder, baking soda, some orange and vanilla extract, an egg, grated orange zest from 3 oranges, some milk, and dark chocolate, as well as unsalted butter. Try to ignore the little chocolate monster that thinks I can see her having her fill of the chocolate chips. I promise that no child was oversweetened by chocolate in the making of this video. So let's get started. Pour the orange zest into the bowl with the sugar and gently rub it between your fingers. This just helps to release the essential oils onto the sugar. And I have to admit that it's kind of fun doing it. And if you have little ones in the house who like to, hang out with you in the kitchen, then this would be a fun part for them to join in. I'm sorry, but that probably means there will be a little bit more cleaning for you to do. But it's all for the memories, right? And with that out of the way, let's move on to the butter. You should use softened, unsalted butter. So use a spatula to just smudge the butter across the bowl. Then you're gonna add in the sugar and mix that until it's all well incorporated and there are no, pockets of sugar elsewhere. Oh, I almost forgot, and don't forget to add in the vanilla. So about the chocolate chips. There are people who would prefer to use chocolate drops. I find them cute, but I would prefer to have bigger pieces of chocolate in my cookie as compared to the drops. But to each their own. So if you prefer to have chocolate drops, then use those. However, why don't you try making your own chocolate chips instead? Give it a go just once and then let me know if you liked it or you didn't. But at least you tried, right? And then you can go back to the chocolate drops if that's what you prefer. And when you're done smudging the sugar and butter, this is what it should look like. Then we move on to adding in the egg. I really wanted to let her add in the egg, but I could just see her taking it in her sweet little hand and just cracking it all over the counter, and I need to get another one. So I did let her add in the egg to her own batch of chocolate chip cookies, but for the sake of this one, which I'm making for you, and it needs to be a little bit less messy, I'm going to add in the egg. So add in the egg and just mix it in with the sugar and butter mixture. For your dry ingredients, you need the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and the salt. So just add that into the bowl with the flour and give that a good whisk, and then check that into your sweet sugar mixture and fold it in. You don't have to wait until the mixture is, completely incorporated before adding in your chocolate. But don't add all of it. Leave about a quarter of it to the side so that we can use those to top the cookie. Well, in this case, Little Miss Sunshine here had already put in all the chocolate chips, so we had to cut a bit more for the topping. But that means more chocolate for the chocolate chip cookies, so we were not complaining. And when you're done with that, cover the cookie dough and leave it in the fridge to rest for 15 minutes. Line a baking tray with parchment paper. Then proceed to start rolling your cookie dough into balls. Depending on the size of the cookie you'd prefer, you could roll it to that size, big or small. Up to you. But keep in mind that while the cookie bakes, it will expand, so leave ample space between the cookie dough balls. And once that's done, all you need to do is take the reserved chocolate chips and stick them onto your cookie dough ball. And while you're doing this, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. And that's pretty much it. Off to the baking. Bake your cookies for 13 minutes. Make sure to rotate the baking tray halfway through. The cookies will not be crunchy. So if you like them, crunchy, you would need to bake them for about 15 minutes. However, if you like them soft, then 13 minutes should do. If you don't want to bake them all, roll the leftover cookie dough into balls. Put them on a plate lined with cling film and put the plate in the freezer until the balls are frozen. Then transfer them into an airtight bag, and when you're ready to bake them, leave them in the fridge overnight and bake as usual. I hope you enjoyed making the cookies with me and my little sunshine here. If you liked this video, you could also watch my festive chocolate Easter cookies inspired by the Maltese figoli, which is linked above. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing my content. Have an amazing day wherever you are. Bye.